Life moves so fast. You still remember you were crying because your mom said bye and left you somewhere surrounded by other kids who were also crying. It took a while to realize that it wasn't your parents leaving you, it was you leaving them and going somewhere to study. Eventually, it registered in your mind that somewhere was called school. You still remember your childhood friendship, watching the news on rainy morning, your summer vacation, night before your first board exam, and few months back, your first farewell. Those 15 years went like 15 minutes, didn't they? Now you're about to step into a new chapter of your life. You are definitely excited and feeling like you are leveling up, just like entering into the next level of game. And yeah, I too had that feeling. You might also feel like a little afraid, skeptical about the course you have chosen, and of course, lots and lots of expectations. In this video, I'll share things I wish someone had told me when I was starting the college. Nothing is more embarrassing on your first day than standing in front of others and not knowing what to say after my name is ABC and I'm from XYZ. Freshers, during the first few days, you will be asked this question multiple times. So prepare something. Talking about yourself to the benchmate is easy, but it's different when you are in front of the entire class. For some people it is easy, but not for all. So better to have a plan than just saying my name is this and I'm from here, the end, thank you. Also, it is unnecessary to include your siblings and your parents' details until or unless they have something to do with your college. For example, if your siblings are studying in the same college or your parents works there, then you can include them. Otherwise, it is not necessary. Just keep it simple. Your name, where you are from, why you have chosen this course, and your thoughts on the new college, maybe a hobby, and your goals. That's enough. Speaking about expectations, we all have different ones. A common expectation is about friendship. We are all excited to meet the people who match our vibe. In the first few days, we start talking to the people sitting nearby, and then slowly we start to notice who matches our energy, and then we talk more to that person and we become friends. At some point, you feel like you can trust them and you begin sharing everything, your past, your present and your future, and you support each other and care for each other. Eventually, you think like this is the person, and it's going to be a lifelong friendship, but sometimes you are wrong. The person you consider your best friend may not be your best friend by the time you finishes your college or after. You heard me. I know some people won't agree with this. I'm not telling that this will happen to everyone. What I'm trying to say is, if it does happen to you, know that this is normal and you're not alone. There can be several reasons. Maybe as time goes on, you realize, this is not a healthy friendship, or there could be many reasons. I don't want to dig deep into that. Sometimes you decide to end it, or sometimes your friend does. So just let it go. Don't try to find answers. Okay, so don't ask questions like why it happened to me, and am I not a good friend, or I don't deserve a good friendship. So don't ask such questions. Just let it go. Accept the situation and move on. You may find another friendship that turns out to be a lifelong one. So who knows? So just go with the flow. I hope I didn't sound like someone against friendship. We all have certain rules, or at least we have our, some things we don't like doing. And in your college days, such things will be tested. For instance, staying out late, or drinking alcohol, smoking, or using bad language, driving fast, or it could be anything. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you are pressured to do such things, never compromise your values just because you don't want to lose that friendship, or you feel like you want to fit in with the group because everyone else in the group is doing it. Even if you go along with it without even liking it, at some point, either you'll reach a breaking point or you'll adapt it. So it's better to be open with your friends, and you just say to your friends like, I don't like these things, so please don't force me. If they are your true friends, they will understand, and if they don't, just remember, don't do anything you don't like just to fit in. Are you someone who wishes to have a superpower like the women in Fantastic Four, the invisible women, to disappear when the professor is scanning the room for someone to answer this question? Well, I wished for that many times during my college days. I was a type of person who turns silent when a professor asks any questions. It's not because I don't know the answer, but because of those 122 eyes staring at me. Back then, I thought speaking in front of others was not one of my strengths. I always hated that situation, and I always feel shy, fear, and always had this thought in my mind like, what others think of me. Okay, long story short, one day I asked myself, how long I'm going to keep running from this, and I decided to break it because it's not something I want to carry forward to my life. Unfortunately, I got a chance. I gathered all my courage and gave an English speech in front of my classmates. That was part of my English internal test. I was terrified right up until the moment I started speaking, but the fear just faded once I began. I felt butterflies in my stomach, had a shaky voice, unsteady legs, trembling hands, but it didn't matter in the end. What mattered was I did it. I opened my mouth and spoke in front of people. Now, if you're thinking it's not a big deal, why is she making it sound like it is? I'm glad that you're not like I was in college, but for those who can relate to me, this message is for you. Like I said, it's not something we want to carry forward to our life. At some point, you have to face it and you have to break it. And this is the perfect time. Scary, right? But I'm telling you, just do it for the first time, and you realize that it's not as terrifying as you thought. So go ahead and do it and delete that old version of yourself. When I stepped into my college, I just had only one dream, only one goal. I need to get good marks in all the cycle tests and in my semesters, and my CGPA had to be greater than 8. That's it. I didn't even consider a job as a part of my goal because I thought that was something my future self would handle. To be honest, until the middle of my second year, I did nothing. I just focused on my exams. It took a while to realize that my subjects and exams are not enough. Focusing on such things helps to score good marks, but it's not helping me to develop any skills. To be honest, I started my proper coding journey, like the proper one, during my final year, and yes, I regretted not starting earlier, but there's no point in regret. So the point is, you definitely will be having any dream role or your dream job. There will be something, right? And if you don't know yours, ask this question. After finishing your college, how you want to see yourself? You'll get your answer. The role or the domain you have chosen is really great. You know you have to learn something to achieve it, but you don't know what to learn, right? And I believe you all have a laptop or at least mobile phone with good internet connection. Then I think you can find your answers on your own. Go and start now. Don't wait for the right time. This is the right time and the perfect time to start. Don't wait for your future self to do it. I'm sure you remember this quote, right? Sometimes later becomes never. So the final thing is, this is my favorite part. So college isn't just about academic lessons, it's about life lessons. You are going to learn things which no one can teach you in the lecture hall. There will be moments where you feel like lost, exhausted, and not sure where you're headed. You might question your decisions, your career path, and even yourself. And guess what? That's okay. It's all a part of the journey. Trust me, these moments are crucial. They are shaping you into a person you're meant to become. Here's a piece of advice. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, take a pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that this is a clear sign of learning. Every day, every challenge you face, every conversation is trying to teach you something. And it won't be easy. Some lessons come with heartache and others with regret. But each of those lessons, no matter how hard they seem in the moment, is molding you into a stronger and wiser person. So be ready to embrace it, all your lows, highs, and everything in between. Because by the time you walk out of those college gate, you will realize the person who entered on the first day is not the same person leaving on the last. You will have grown in ways you never imagined. So, yeah, college life is going to teach a lot. Be ready for the lessons because whether you expect them or not, it's going to come. And most importantly, remember to enjoy the ride.